If you're watching this video, you probably graduated high school, was told that you're gonna go to college. You don't really know why. You're like, okay, I guess that's what's next. I guess college is next. I guess I'll, maybe join a fraternity, find a good friend group, do whatever, just have fun in college. And you go to college and, you find out sooner or later, you kind of like start to question things like, why am I even here? I don't really want to be doing all this school. I don't really want to be doing this. I don't really like my major. I don't even know what major to pick. I might even go in undeclared. Like, I don't even know what I really want to do in my life. But I think this is what I need to do, right? And you just kind of go with what everyone has told you is normal and just kind of follow the patterns. And then you realize that you've been drifting all this time. And now you're 20 years old, 21 years old, 19, 20, whatever, within that range. And you're sitting here and you're just thinking, I have no idea what I want to do with my life. I have no direction. Like, what is the meaning of life? What is my purpose here? I've asked myself the exact same thing over and over again. And I was in the exact same situation. Going out of high school, I didn't even know if I wanted to go to college or not. But I figured, you know what? It seems like the right thing to do. I guess I'm gonna do that. I even went into college with an undeclared major. I didn't know at all what I wanted to do. I had some ideas, but to me, like, finding a specific job, career path just seemed unreasonable at the time because I'm so young. Like, how am I supposed to know what I want to do? And that's the thing. None of us truly know what we want to do at 18 years old. I never understood how people knew. Like, I genuinely didn't. Unless I was just kind of clouded by something and I never had that opportunity to see what I needed to be doing. But that was me. I went through, even now, I'm 21 years old. I'm still in college. I'm a junior. I'll be a senior this next year. Still figuring it out. But I want this to be a message to help those who are feeling lost. I've kind of been able to implement some things into my life and in my mindset that have helped me in a way and have helped me kind of change the trajectory of where I need to be going instead of just drifting around, because that was me. I was literally just drifting throughout college. It felt like that first year or two even. I remember I was just walking around campus one day and I was looking off in the distance, off the hill, and I was like, man, like, what am I even doing here? Like, I genuinely don't know what I'm doing here. But that's the thing. No one truly knows at such a young age what they want to be doing. And if you're feeling the same way, it is okay. I promise you, it is okay. But something that changed everything for me was, instead of looking to pursue a career or an internship or a job like everyone tells you need to be doing, I started to think about, what is my purpose in this life? And to me, I feel like when you pursue purpose, everything else opens up. Every single thing that you thought was true, it may or may not be true, but as long as you pursue your purpose, you know you're going to be going in the clear direction that God wants you to be going in. Now, what do people tell you whenever you're in your 20s, when you're going through college, right? It's a time of, you have fun, experience all these new things. You just enjoy college, enjoy your 20s. And that's really all you hear. That's really all people tell you. That's all people do. I'm in a fraternity. All everyone seems to think is that college is about drinking, getting drunk, having fun, hooking up with girls, and all these things. That's literally all people seem to think college is about. And, I've kind of separated myself from that mindset going into college. I was never really me to begin with. Obviously, I've gave in here and there because it's very easy to when that's what everyone's doing, right? But there's so much more to that. There's so much more to life than that. And the idea that this is what college is all about, this is all you need to be worried about, is just, it's like, no wonder people have no direction. No wonder people are so clouded. So you have to set the standard for yourself, right? You have to give yourself principles. I mean, I've realized, like, people seem to think that, like, growing up at a young age now is just weird. Like, growing up when you're 18, 19, 20 is the wrong thing to do. And you need to be just giving in, having fun, doing all this shit. And I've realized that, I'm 21 years old now. It's time for me to grow the hell up. It's time for me to become a man that I need to be. But in order to do that, you're gonna have to you're going to have to do some thinking. You're going to have to set yourself some principles. You're going to have to separate yourself from everybody else and separate what everyone else is doing. Because what everyone else is doing, if you keep on following that, you're going to be the same person you were going into college. You're going to have no direction. And that's what I've realized is I just can't be around those people anymore. I'm friends with a lot of these people, of course. I'm in a fraternity. I've made a lot of great friends. But I know that my values are different than their values, and I'm going to stand on my values over theirs 100% of the time. And that's just the way it is, because I've realized there's more to life than this. There's way more to life than this. I'm not meant to be sitting here partying and drinking every single weekend with no direction. That's just not me. And that shouldn't be you either. And for some reason, especially among young men, this is all young men live for in college. And it's sad to watch because there's no leadership anymore. There's no men that are willing to stand up and do something. There's no men that are willing to stand up and take action. And I see the problem among every single young man in college that feels the same way I did, is that they just don't have any direction. They don't have purpose in their lives. So you got to find your purpose. If this is how you're feeling, I promise you doing all these things that people keep telling you to do, it's not going to do anything for you. You're going to have to set your own path. You're going to have to separate yourself from everybody else. And it's going to be hard sometimes. Like, you're going to seem weird. I know people look at me like I'm a weirdo sometimes. Do you think I care? Hell no. Because I know what's important. You know, I've sat down and I've kind of assessed the values that I need to live by in order to be who I need to be. I'm not perfect. Of course I'm not perfect. But I have a standard to live by now. I have morals, you know? And it's almost like people just completely forget about these things. They completely forget about morals. They just throw them away. And they just live for the world. And that's the exact opposite of what you need to be doing if you want to set yourself up for success. Not that I'm the most successful guy ever, but I've realized what's important at such a young age, and I want to help you all find that too. I started up a club at my university, actually. This is the whole point of the club, is to empower young men as leaders and provide them with that purpose and direction. Among, mainly fraternities, because for some reason, all fraternities seem to think that is possible. It's just the party lifestyle, the drinking lifestyle, the status, the hooking up, all these things. We're built for more than that. Don't let the world tell you otherwise. Now, when you're a young man, you need to stand up and be a man. You start to enter a period where you realize that I'm more than what people have told me I am. But you gotta find that out for yourself. I'm kind of rambling a little bit and getting off track a little bit. But when I realized this, it literally just changed everything. You have to ask yourself, what is my purpose? Pray about it, talk to God about it. God will provide you with that purpose. And the more you conform to the world, the more you try and do it on your own, the more you try and take action on your own, the more drained you're going to be, because you can't keep running from what everyone else is doing. They're going to keep doing those things. You're going to have to make your own path. And it's going to be hard at times, sure. But it's everything. That's what it's all about. It's everything. Now, there's so much stress that the world puts upon you that if you're going down a different path, then you're weird. If you're going down a different path, you shouldn't be doing it. If you're not doing what everyone else is doing, then you're a weirdo. And this is just so normalized now that people seem to think that when you better yourself, when you stand up and take action, that you're a weirdo. Isn't that crazy? But I promise you, 20 years from now, you're going to be looking back at them like they're some weirdos, right? You're going to be looking back at them like, man, I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I took action. I'm glad I changed my mindset, because that's everything. It's everything. And then you look ahead at the people who are successful in life. They weren't doing all this shit. They weren't giving in to all these things all these other people were doing. They had to set their own path. And that's everything. They pursued their purpose, not the ways of the world. In the Bible, it says, I say this all the time because it means everything. Don't be conformed to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. You have to renew your mind and see things the way that they're meant to be seen, not the way the world wants you to see them. And I just see this as a problem amongst young men, especially. And not that I'm the most masculine dude there is, but I just see things the way it is. And I see that there is a rapid increase of just young men who aren't willing to stand up, who aren't willing to lead, who aren't really willing to take action. Because we're conforming to comfortability. It's so easy to be comfortable nowadays, and guys just are kind of resting in that. They're not really doing anything to get out of that comfort zone. And that's what's going to kill you. Comfort is going to kill you. I can't emphasize that enough. And I'm saying this with urgency because I know how important it is. Not just for right now, but for the future leaders. I mean, guys, women are taking over. Not that that's a bad thing. They have the opportunity to do that, and that's great. But guys, I promise you, these women want you to lead too. These women need a man to lead as well. Again, not that I'm the most manliest dude ever, but I just see things the way it is. And I see this as a problem. And, not even that's a problem, but I just want to put attention on it. No one's putting attention on this. And that's what I'm here trying to do. That's why I started that club at my university. Because there was nothing out there that was designed to empower men, to motivate men, to show men another way. There was nothing out there to do that. So after talking to some people, I figured, let's take initiative. Let's start something. Let's put attention on it because it needs to be said. It needs to have attention. And, it's so easy to just sit back and be like, that's not for me. This is how you were made. This is literally how you were made. You were made in the image of God. God made man, then God made woman from man. He made man to lead, to survey the kingdom, to survey the land. He literally made man to lead. That's why it's in all of us. That competitive instinct is inside every single man. But when you're putting it down, you're letting it rest in your comfortability, you're not going to put that energy anywhere. And that's why it's so easy. That's why you see a pattern of just guys just giving in to laziness, giving in to drugs, alcohol. And that's all they put in. That's all the energy that they give out is going towards all these things that are keeping them from being who they need to be. And it's so easy to do it nowadays. And that's why it's tough. That's why it's tough. Because that's what the world has told us is the only way. It's what the world has told us is true. But hopefully this can bring you a sense of urgency to realize, there's more to life than what you are doing right now. There's more to life than what you see. And when you think about, direction in life, why guys don't have direction in life, this is it. Because they're just putting their energy in a place that doesn't require it. They're not seeking purpose at all. They're not fulfilling the purpose God has made for them. I'm not saying I'm doing a perfect job at this, but I've realized that there's just more to it. There's more to life than what I see. There's more for me. God has more things in store for me, and I want to pursue that. Why would you not want to pursue that? The creator of the universe, he's got something special for all of us. Why would you not want to pursue that? But you're not going to know until you take action. You're not going to know until you get out of that comfort zone, until you stop giving in to comfortability. Man. Boy, do I love rambling. It just needs to be said. It just needs to be said. That's it. I don't want to say this to sound like a dick. I don't want to say this to sound like I'm the man or anything. But I just want to put attention on it. And hopefully you guys can see the same thing. I see it very clearly. And I know it's everywhere. Not even just in college. It's everywhere. And guys, we're called to stand up. We're called to lead. Stop giving in to all this comfortable stuff, all this stuff around you, because it's only going to keep you down. Literally, it's only going to keep you down. So that's my message I have today. Hopefully you enjoyed. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'm really trying to get some good content out for you guys, bring some value to you guys, and just motivate you all. Me being a young man, I resonate with this heavily, and after talking to so many people about it, they see it the same way, just no one's talking about it. No one wants to talk about it for some reason. Just stop suppressing it, let it out. Let your inner leader out. Stand up and do something. People are going to think you're weird. Who gives a shit? Who cares? People thought Jesus was weird. Do I want to be like him? Yeah, I do. I want to be like him. Why would I not want to be like him? Anyways, that's all I got for today. Hope y'all enjoyed. Stand up, stay sharp, always work on bettering yourself no matter what. That's what life is about. Life is about working towards your goals. Life is about fulfilling the purpose God already laid out for you. So stop conforming to the world and renew your mind look to God, and He will open it up to you. Thank y'all for watching this video. I'll see y'all in the next one.